Meinie Nicolai is the president of Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders Belgium. She's joining us from Brussels. Good to have you with us on Al Jazeera. So this call to dispatch specialized response teams, can you tell us what Doctors Without Borders means exactly by that, and what will happen, and what's the response actually been for that call?
Yeah, well, the responses for the call is a bit too early to say. We made a call yesterday to the United Nations member states, so we're seeing what will happen now. We've been responding to this epidemic since March this year. We're more than 6 months in the epidemic. It's been spreading since the start to different countries, which never happened in the past. It's unprecedented what we're seeing, the number of cases and the continuous transmission of this disease. We've never seen this before. It's out of control. We cannot contain it. We have 5 treatment centers in the different countries, and there's continuous active transmission of the disease. That means new people are infected, people are dying, and we're calling for more help. And we need people who have the logistic means and the know-how, like responding to biological threat, for instance. So these are states who should have capacity to put on the ground. Funding alone is not enough. We need hands on the ground. To give you an example, perhaps in Monrovia, the situation is exactly very, very dear. We've opened now a treatment center for Ebola with 160 beds, which we've never done before. We are rewriting our guidelines every day. And after a few hours, this hospital was already full. Ambulances are still coming with very, very sick people. We have to refuse them, and they die at our door. So we need people to come in, and the only ones we believe who have the capacity to come in quick, who have the logistical means and who have know-how, are member states with a certain capacity, yes.
And when you talk about the continuous transmission, Meinie, what do you put that down to?
Can you repeat, please?
When you say that there's been a continuous transmission of Ebola, you're saying it's the worst epidemic. What do you put that down to?
Yeah, well, so we've seen this transmission going on. There's no end to it. Even in the country where it started, in Gekedou is the place in Guinea, there's still active new cases coming in, and the disease is spreading. So to be able to contain it, the first thing we have to do is everybody that develops a fever in that region, follow them up, see if it's Ebola or not. If it is a suspect Ebola case, take them into a treatment center, try to support them in a way that they may survive, and some really do. We should not forget that. Not everybody dies. And especially taking them away from healthy people, because once you get sick, you get infectious. And to try to contain it, you first have to set up centers where you can take those who are symptomatic into care. And then you have to give hygiene material to the populations, inform them, and also treat the dead bodies, because the dead bodies remain very contagious. So we are overloaded, especially in Sierra Leone and Liberia, and we need hands to help us.
All right, Meinie Nicolai, thank you very much for joining us from Brussels.